welcome everybody back to Intensity Broadcasting's live coverage of the original Rebels Truck Series doubleheader. My name's Josh Holl. We're getting ready for some action here again at Dover International Speedway. We see Jonah Colbert is down on the bottom of the track, but currently fastest on track, Chris McLean. Currently second fastest, Zach Wetstein. Third fastest, Garrett Bidler, learning some stuff in that outlaw race. Currently in fourth as he makes some contact with his teammate, Kyle Roberts there. Actually, Kyle's not a teammate anymore. Ex-teammate, I should say, as he's gone over to the Apex League recently. See Chris McLean out on track. We've got just a couple of minutes left here in practice. Actually, a few seconds left here in practice, about 30 seconds left. Let's take a look at our points coming into tonight. Top of the board over Jonah Colbert, Cunningham, and Aaron Kinder. I realize my volume is really loud with the engine noises. Sorry about that, but here we go. So Eddie Smith, Jonah Colbert, Daniel Cunningham, Garrett Kinder, Brandon Wallace, your top five. Christopher Heiner back in sixth. Mickey Isaac, Spencer Gay, Josh Oswald, and Cody Bone make up your top 10. Then we've got Tracy Passions back in 11th, Aaron Adcock in 12th, Christian Dedman 13th, and a tie for 14th between Chris McLean and Nick Schaefer. But here we go. Qualifying is about to get underway. And our first driver out on track is your points leader, Eddie Smith. Paul Passion says he's watching. Appreciate you tuning in, Paul. Of course, anybody else who's watching, don't forget, we do have the chat live, so let us know. If you have anything you'd like to say, anybody you'd want to root on. I do apologize if any messages do pop up on the YouTube channel that are inappropriate. We are working on getting that fixed, and we should have that fixed this week, getting rid of that, having a moderator taking care of that. But again, I do apologize for those that do come through. Eddie Smith, first truck to cross the start-finish line, jumps up to the top of the board. The only driver so far to break into the 22-second bracket. And 22 seconds improves on his time, too, with a 22.9. Daniel Cunningham also in that 22-second bracket, currently in second. Jonah Colbert jumps up to the top of the board with a 22.9. Let's see who else is just making their way out on track. We have the 69 is Spencer Gay. Ooh, catches the inside wall on the backstretch. That's going to hurt his time as Chris McLean just ran a 22.8. Man, that's flying around this track. See, Josh Lokovitz just took the white flag on his qualifying attempt, making his way down the backstretch. Currently in the 9th position with a 23.08. Let's see if he's able to improve on that. Down across the start-finish line, Josh Lokovitz is going to jump up into the 7th position. Garrett Kinder out on track after running the outlaw race. See if he's able to learn anything here. Down into turns 3 and 4, running that higher lane on his first lap. Using that diamond down. And you'll see a couple drivers doing that, kind of running that high entry. And then using the hill of the banking to pull the truck down the track for speed. Right there on the edge of the track and the banking. Zach Wetstein just jumped up into third. Garrett Kinder comes across the start-finish line. He's going to jump up into the 4th position. Just ahead of Zach Wetstein, coming across the line for his second lap And Zach's going to run a 22.96, which is a little slower than his first lap. So he's currently in third. So our top 7 drivers all up into the 22s, with Chris McLean the only one in the 22.8s. Charles Stevens Jr. making his way out on track. Chase just took the green flag. Down into turns 3 and 4. Running that little more middle lane, trying to get the run off of turn 4. Currently up into the 23rd position. See if he's able to improve on that on his second lap. Off of turn number 4. And Junior's going to jump up into the 20th position. Alex Veith just making his way out on track. Actually, he stops and has to try to start all over again. And that awesome St. Jude paint job on that truck. Alex right there trying to run that low line, the separation between the concrete and the asphalt. Aaron Adcock out on track, just jumped up into the 12th position on his first lap. Ooh, back end steps out a little bit for Alex as he makes his way off of turn number 2 and down into turns 3 and 4. See what he's able to do here on this lap as he comes off of turn number 4 towards the start finish line. And Alex Veith is going to stay in, no, he's going to jump up into the 20th position. As we take a look at the race info, and you can see Dover is that typical oval-shaped track, like you'd see a horse track race. There is actually a horse track that's in the center of the Dover Downs Raceway. Concrete oval, though, and what makes this track tricky is the track itself, especially going into the corners and exiting the corners. As you enter the corner, the track actually drops and the truck suspension compresses and you get a little bit of grip down into the corner. But as you come off the corner, the track lunges back up almost like a jump. There's an elevation change both into the corner and out of the corner that upsets the truck. Into the corner, it's great because you get all that compression and that grip. But as you come off the corner, it's almost like a hill. You're cresting the hill and you hear the RPM shoot up on the trucks, and the trucks get really light, and you'll see drivers struggling to hold on to them as they come off of turns 2 and 4 all night long tonight. Of course, as always, want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight on Intensity Broadcasting, whether you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube. Don't forget to hit that follow button, like, and subscribe if you haven't already. That way you know whenever we go live, we're going to have new series starting up soon, including a Monday night road course series. We're going to have our SCSRA All-Star event on Wednesday. Friday night, we have the Original Rebels Grand National Series. Sunday night is the truck doubleheader. We got some stuff in store as well, so stay tuned here on Intensity Broadcasting. Don't forget, you can also help us out by checking out our web store at intensitybroadcasting.com. Find a link below in the description. Not just do we have Intensity merchandise there, but we also have merchandise for Atlee Atman Weiss. Young man's been running his Bandoleros down at Charlotte Motor Speedway, as well as he's going to be going to Atlanta next month. So check that out. And you can always find him on Flow TV whenever he races at Langley Speedway as well. So, as always, support the young man in his racing career, in his dreams, and good kid. And yeah, we support everything he does, and good luck the rest of the way out in Charlotte. Got about a minute left before qualifying concludes here. Of course, we want to thank all of the great sponsors that make this league possible as well. As always, Holl Heating and Sheet Metal, fueled by Ray Cobb. Smeal Racing Design, Shibuya Crypto. Peg Leg Felts, PJ Motorsports, Evil Empire Sim Sport, Thunderstruck Super Series, Kinder Farm and Ranch. Smeal Racing Designs, BK Motorsports, Sabuski Window Tinting. All supporting this league week after week. So here we go. We're about to get ready. As we clip over to the grid, and let's take a look at your starting grid, starting with your pole sitter. And I forgot to put the logo up on the screen. Your Peg Leg Felts Pole Award will go to the 5 of Chris McLean, with Jonah Colbert starting in position number 2. Row 2 will find the 4 of Zach Wetstein and the 13 of Garrett Kinder, with Daniel Cunningham and Eddie Smith back in row number 3. Jason Warren and Tracy Parsons back in row 4, and William Griffith and Aaron Johnson round out row number 5. Row 6 will find the 3 of Christian Dedman and Aaron Adcock, with Josh Lokenvitz and Brandon Wallace back in row number 7. Row 8 will find Christopher Heiner and Cody Bohm, with Josh Oswald and Jacob Bohm back in row 9. And Charlie Elmore and Alex Veith round out row number 10. The 11th row is Jason Lottridge and Charles Stevens Jr., with Nick Schaefer and Tyler Rice back in row 12. Row 13 is Spencer Gay, Kyle Roberts, and rounding out the field will be the 19 of Matt Kleeman and the 9 of Mike Veith. As we're waiting for the trucks to get rolling out onto the track, and we get ready for 100 laps here at Dover International Speedway. Ratchet Miller says, all right, 13, hammer down and get her done. Hope to see Garrett Kinder have a good run. He had a great run in the Outlaw Series just a few moments ago. Learned a little bit, got some experience under his belt. I'm sure that's going to help him here in the second race of the night for him, running 200 miles here at Dover. So here we go. The field is rolling. We're getting ready to get underway. Again, Chris McLean down on the low side. Jonah Colbert up on the high side. And the return is Zach Wetstein. We haven't seen him on track in quite a while. Showing some speed here in qualifying, but we all know it's all about where you finish, and qualifying doesn't mean everything. So here we go, get ready for that pace car, take that hard left-hand turn on the pit road. Chris McLean's going to lead him down to the green flag. There it is. Green flag is in the air. We are racing here at Dover, and a great jump for the 5 of McLean. Zach Wetstein looking down to the inside of Jonah Colbert as they come through turns 1 and 2 for the first time. Garrett Kinder able to clear the 2 behind him as Jonah Colbert already catches the wall on the first lap. He's going to slide backwards quite a bit. Now Zach Wetstein has Garrett Kinder looking down underneath him, and Chris McLean's going to lead the first lap here. Kinder, Wetstein side by side. We've seen this story before many a times as Kinder's got Eddie Smith giving him the shove. And now Jonah Colbert's looking back down to the bottom as see Zach Wetstein get a little loose on that high side. I'm not sure if that 87 actually did, I'm sorry, the 31 actually did catch the wall or not, but it looks like he's trying to get himself back in a position to start moving forward. Yeah, you see the damage to the right front of that truck. So already up in the wall, that's going to slow down that machine as we should be able to get that fixed up once we go into the pits. Oh, speaking of into the pits, we got one over on its roof. I believe that was Jacob Bowman, the 118. It was up and over on his roof, and that's going to bring out our first Kinder Farm Wreckage Rewind of the night. The first race went green flag start to finish, and now we've got our first Wreckage Rewind coming up on lap number 4. So we take a look to see what happened to the 118 here. We see some 3-wide racing right in front of them. The 79 of Josh Lokenvitz and the 3 of Christian Dedman. They come up on the 78 of Cody Bohm. And I don't think Christian realized, there might be a little net code there between Jacob and Cody. And that sends the 118 right over onto his roof. He goes across the track on his lid right in front of Charlie Elmore. Sends him up and over again into the fence. And back across the track, we see Alex Veith just barely missing. Spencer Gay, though, gets back in the back of Veith. We see Charles Stevens Jr. getting by, and man, that's wild as Alex was able to sneak through there. Let's take this wild ride, if you will, with Alex Veith. Not much you can do when you've got a truck flipping over your lid there. So Chris McLean continues to lead. Garrett Kindermill moves up into the second position. That was a lot of near misses for such a wreck. And yeah, these fellers are looking pretty serious, Ratchet. But we're going to re-rack them, restack them, and refire them. Let's see if Jonah Colbert sits back here in the 20th position. Looks like he did come down pit road. Let's take a look at that. Still has that damage on the right front of his truck, but might have been able to get a little bit of it fixed. Hopefully it doesn't affect him too much. As you can see, that fender sticking up there on that right front. But a track like Dover doesn't look like it's going to be enough to really affect his handling too much. And the concrete track makes it slick. You know, there's a couple drivers who like the slick tracks. Drivers like Garrett Kinder, Eddie Smith. Alien Eddie in the spoiler seat spot. He sure is, sitting back in third. And we're going to have our first look at the restart zone here at Dover. If you're unfamiliar with how the restart zone works, as they come off of turn number 4, you'll see on the wall and on the apron the words Geico written in blue. And there's a box there that the leader has to restart it. If he goes too early, he will get black flagged. If he slows down or speeds up too much before that box, he will also get black flagged. And he has the choice to start anywhere in that box he wants. As soon as he accelerates in that box, the green flag comes out and we go back racing. If he doesn't choose to start in that box at all, if he gets to the exit of that box without firing off, the green flag will come out and we'll resume racing with or without the leader. Here we go. Pace car has entered pit road. We'll see that Geico restart zone on the bottom left-hand portion of the screen. Green flag is back in the air. We are back racing. And a big jump for McLean as he makes his way down into turn number 1. And Eddie Smith taking a look down underneath Garrett Kinder here, trying to take over that second spot. Kinder's going to let the 87 slide right up in front of him. And just behind, we see Zach Wedstein getting around the 54 of Daniel Cunningham. So put Wedstein back into the 4th position. And Tracy Passions and Aaron Adcock going at it side by side into turn number 1. Adcock, though, showing some speed, but Passions fighting back on the high side. He gets into the wall himself, makes a little bit of contact. That's going to break his momentum. He's going to slide backwards as Jason Warren and the 21 of Aaron Johnson go on by. Cody Bohm trying to make his way through here as well. So tough break for Tracy Passions, getting up into the wall. Up front, Eddie Smith running down the 5 of Chris McLean. And Garrett Kinder right here within tow as well. We know McLean likes these slick concrete tracks. We'll see if he's able to hold off Eddie Smith. A little further back in the mix here, we see William Griffith trying to run down the 78 of Bohm. And Griff thought about taking a look down to the inside, just was not close enough. They've got Jason Warren up in front of them as well. Warren a little bit of right front damage, but able to keep that truck moving forward in the right direction. Now Garrett Kinder has the 4 of Zach Wedstein all over the back bumper. So we ride along here with Kinder. Zach, though, just not able to get anything going just yet. Josh Lokovitz, Chris Heiner going at it here. This is a battle for 13th and 14th. It's Brandon Wallace and Jason Lottridge right behind, as well as Heiner's going to take over that position. Wallace is going to get around. Here comes Lottridge going around the 79 as well. And Daniel Cunningham has Aaron Adcock right there off the back bumper as well. So Adcock already up 6 spots from the start of the race. And Aaron Johnson now taking a look down, trying to get around Adcock with a little bit of a dive bomb into turn number 3. So Aaron Johnson up into the 6th position. Jonah Colbert continues to fall backwards. I take that back. Jonah Colbert is actually moving forwards after getting that damage fix. I forgot he restarted in the 20th position. Now finds himself back in 16th and continuing to try to move himself up towards the front. But the battle for second is going on. Chris McLean has a half-second lead over Eddie Smith, and then Eddie has a 1.5-second lead over Garrett Kinder. And we've got some close battles on the track. As you see William Griff now taking a look down underneath Cody Bohm and move Griff up into the 8th position. Aaron Johnson now has Aaron Adcock right there on the back bumper. So a couple Aarons continue to go back at it. Adcock's able to run that little lower line. Now he's going to have the position down into turn number 3. Johnson trying to hold him off, though, on the high side. Oh, some contact between the two Aarons. As Johnson got loose off of turn number 4, he came down into the right side of Aaron Adcock. Not enough to do any damage to either truck. And Adcock's going to take over that 6th position. Now Cody Bohm's starting to fall backwards a little bit. Just got passed by Jason Warren. Now he's got Tracy Passions all over the back bumper now. So battles ensuing all over the track. We see Brandon Wallace right here in the mix, trying to get around Chris Heiner in the 1. Heiner battling with the 17 of Josh Oswald. And 3 wide down into turn number 3, and that wasn't going to work out. Wisely backing out of it is Brandon Wallace, and he's going to try to set it up and do it all over again. We ride along with Brandon Wallace, so you can see just what he's looking at here. He's got Josh Oswald up to the high side. Great side-by-side racing. Wallace, though, not able to clear Oswald as they go down into turn number 3 and 4. And now he's going to get around Oswald. He's going to try setting his sights on the 1 of Christopher Heiner. So Zach Wetstein's gotten around Garrett Kinder now to take over that 3rd position. And Kinder's just running a bit of a race like he ran in the first one. Fortunately, he has not bounced off the wall yet. Not that he will, but in the first race, early in the race, he did bounce off the wall. Had a lot of damage to the right front of that truck. Had to go into pit road on lap 36, and he was able to get himself a top 10 finish. Ooh, Aaron Johnson having some issues here, and not really sure what happened to the 21 there. It looks like he might have got loose. Let's see if we can see what happened to Johnson. Oh, Johnson had it caught the wall. And then looks like he made his way down on the pit road. Looks like he might have fast forward just a second here, because this is a replay. And yeah, just had some damage. Wanted to come down pit road and get that fixed up. Here comes McLean, though, starting to work around some lap traffic. And you see that was Jacob Boehm throwing a bit of a block on the 5, not allowing Chris McLean to easily get around. That allows Eddie Smith to close the gap up on him just a little bit. And what was a 1 second lead is now just 0.2 seconds. And you see the gap on track between these two drivers. As Chris McLean now starts to put a little bit of a gap between him and Eddie Smith yet again. Tracy Passions looking down the back bumper of William Griffith. Just not quite close enough to make that move, as Tyler Rice is making a move around Josh Oswald. So Oswald on a bit of a backward slide now after tearing it up at the beginning of the race, gaining about 6 or 7 spots. May have burnt that right front tire off a little quickly. Now he's sliding backwards. And Brandon Wallace getting around William Griffith and setting his sights on the 53 of Tracy Passions. Well, Zach Wetstein's putting some hot laps together now. He's actually running down the 2 leaders in front of him. And Garrett Kinder runs back and forth, but has a hard charging Daniel Cunningham right behind him as well. As we know, these trucks can do about 70 laps on fuel, but it's more concerning about those tires than it is the fuel here. Because the speeds that they're running a lot faster than you would think around a 1 mile oval. Actually bring up Garrett Kinder's speeds here. 150, almost 170 miles an hour down into turn number 1. Only slowing down to about 135. When you think about other mile tracks like New Hampshire, where their top speed's about 150, but in the corners they're only doing about 100 miles an hour. That really puts a lot of wear and tear on that right front tire, as we see Brandon Wallace going around the 53 of Tracy Passions. So that puts a lot of wear and tear on that right front tire. That causes the trucks to start to get real tight and pushy, like we see out of Brandon Wallace right there, is not able to hold the bottom like he was earlier. And this is a great battle right here for the 8th position. You got the 118 of Jacob Boehm right in front. See if he can be a pick and help out one of these drivers. And he does. He helps out Tracy Passions by blocking Brandon Wallace's run. And Wallace is going to have to try to do it all over again. Garrett Kinder has the 9 of Mike Veith staying up and out of the way. Ooh, Daniel Cunningham gets loose off of the corner. Goes all the way to the bottom of the track. As that 54 machine is still trying to run down the 13 of Garrett Kinder. Here we see Jonah Colbert now going around the lap truck of Jacob Bohm. As he's trying to run down Jacob's, I believe that's his brother, Cody Bohm. And Daniel Cunningham is going to get around the 13 of Garrett Kinder. So move Kinder back into the 5th position as Cunningham continues his march forward. And caution is out on the track. And oh, Aaron Adcock smoking. That's going to bring up our second Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind as we take a look and see what happened to Aaron Adcock here as he was running behind the 9 of Mike Veith and right in front of the 20 of Charlie Elmore. Oh, it looks like Mike might have just bounced off the wall a little bit, made a little contact with Aaron Adcock, and ooh, just the angle that he hit that inside wall sends him up and over on his lid. Have you seen this play out once before? Is everybody able to avoid the 23? And yeah, he's able to get down off the track. And that's going to bring the entire field down onto pit road. See if we can see the race off pit road here at the line. Yep, Chris McLean, Eddie Smith, Zach Wetstein, Aaron Adcock, Daniel Cunningham, Garrett Kinder. Actually, Aaron Adcock is a lap down, so he's not going to count, but we see Alex Veith currently, oh, he's going on the pit road now, so thought he might have stayed out, try to gain some track position, but looks like he's making his way down on the pit road now. And Chris McLean dropping to the rear. And it looks like, yep, that's exactly what happened. Getting an EOL penalty too fast on pit road. That's going to drop him all the way to the rear of the field. Fortunately for him, a lot of time to make up those positions that he lost. So that's going to put Eddie Smith back up to the front of the field. Zach Wetstein will restart in second. Daniel Cunningham back in third. Garrett Kinder in fourth. Then Jason Warren in the fifth position. Brandon Wallace is up to sixth. Tracy Parsons in seventh. Chris Heiner in the eighth position. Cody Bohm up 7 spots in the ninth. And Jonah Colbert rebounding back into the 10th position. It looks like Jonah may have gotten that damage completely fixed up on that truck. Yeah, we see that right front fender looking much better on this truck here. That's not the right button I wanted to hit. So here we go. Getting ready to re-rack them, restack them, refire them. Eddie Smith, Zach Wedstein on the front row. Pace car is getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn on the pit road. Eddie Smith is going to bring him down to the restart zone. Green flag is back in the air. We are back racing. And again, that leader getting a great jump here on the restart. They all make their way down into turns 1 and 2. Here front 6 getting single file. A little Cody Bohm, the first driver, looking to pull out of line. He was trying to get around Tracy Parsons. Brandon Wallace a little bit on the high side. Chris Heiner makes a little bit of contact. He's sliding backwards. Now we see Tyler Rice trying to make a move as Tracy Parsons taking a look down to the inside of Brandon Wallace. Wallace gets... Oh! Wallace turns, passes up and over on his roof. Wallace up in the air. Caution is out. Brandon Wallace just took the wildest of the rides. And that's going to bring up another Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. And, yeah, Brandon Wallace pretty much launched up to the moon there. He took a wild ride. We saw Passions go over on the roof. But, yeah, just Wallace bounces off the wall, makes contact with Tracy Passions. We see Passions go up and over. Brandon Wallace gets hit by Jonah Colbert. That sends him straight up in the air. Then he gets collected by Jacob Bohm. The tough part out of that whole thing was Jonah Colbert just took his reset and try to get that truck fixed up. And now we see Jonah Colbert getting caught up in this. Let's take a look here just how fast it happens. And that's going to end Jonah's night here. Houston, we do have a problem. Again, I do apologize for those watching on YouTube. We're going to be working on getting rid of those messages momentarily. Yeah, Ratchet Miller says tough luck for JC and Jonah Colbert, who is starting to have a great run put together, making his way back up towards the front, and then just gets caught back up. So here we go. We're getting ready to re-rack them, restack them, and refire them here at Dover. Of course, our first race tonight went caution-free. This one's seeing a little bit more action out of the flagman, as Eddie Smith's going to choose to restart on the inside, putting Zach Wetstein up on the high side. Daniel Cunningham will restart third with Garrett Kinder his outside in fourth. Then Jason Warren and Cody Boehm, row number 3. Chris Heiner, Tyler Rice in row number 4. And then William Griffith and Josh Oswald back in row number 5. Don't forget to join us Wednesday night as we have the SCSRA All-Star event kicking off at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Going to have the shootout first, try to get 2 drivers to qualify into the main event. Little different format than you're used to seeing. Here's going to be a weird one for you, but I'll tell you the racing is wild and intense. We're going to have Pro 4s at Michigan. So the off-road trucks running at Michigan, they put on a wild show. You're not going to want to miss that. So tune in Wednesday night for the SCSRA All-Star event as Eddie Smith leads them back down to the Geico restart zone. And green flag is back in the air yet again. A little bit of tire spin out of the 4 of Zach Wetstein, but he's able to get it back hooked up and going as Garrett Kinder is taking a look to the outside of Daniel Cunningham. And Cody Boehm back in there in the mix as well, as here comes Kinder taking a look underneath Wetstein. So move Kinder up into the second position. Here comes Cody Boehm trying to take the third position away from Zach. But Zach's able to slide back down in front of Cody and put himself into the third position. They make their way off of turn number 4. And we are just past halfway. From here, these drivers will be able to make it to the end. But if we do see another caution, especially later in the race, they will definitely be making their way down pit road for some fresh rubber, as we've seen tires playing such a huge factor here tonight at Dover. See Chris McLean, after having that pit road speeding penalty, working around the outside of Tyler Rice, trying to get himself back up towards the front. Back in dirty air for the first time all race long. He's going to take a look down to the inside of Tyler Rice, and he's going to easily take over that 7th position. As Garrett Kinder leads him down into turn 3. And I say leads him down because Eddie Smith is in his own zip code right now, currently 1.5 seconds ahead of Garrett Kinder. And just pulling away as McLean now takes a look down to the inside of Jason Warren, trying to take over that 6th position. Ooh, Warren gets a little loose there, almost catches the side of McLean, but much like we just saw with Brandon Wallace and Tracy Passions, but McLean's able to continue on, and now he's going to look down to the inside of Daniel Cunningham. So this 5 truck currently on a tear. The only driver able to match his pace right now is the 87 of Eddie Smith. Another driver who had some issues earlier now sees himself making his way back through the field. That's the 23 of Aaron Adcock. currently running in the 17th position. Taking a look down underneath the 19 of Matt Kleeman. He's trying to get himself back into a good finishing position here. As Cody Bohm now has Chris McLean looking down to the inside of him. As McLean's trying to take over the 4th position. Ratchet Miller says the 13's his main man, but he's got to pull for that 87 of Eddie Smith sporting that bow tie. As Zach Wetstein now taking a look down to the inside of Garrett Kinder. And Zach's going to take over the 2nd position. As Chris McLean looking to follow Zach along as they're battling side by side for that 2nd position still. Now McLean's going to take over a little slide job up in front of Kinder. So move McLean up into the podium spot in 3rd. I said there was a long race ahead of McLean to get himself back up towards the top of the field, and right now he is just motoring ahead. As he's trying to run down the 4 of Zach Wetstein. A little further back, Christian Dedman taking a look down to the inside of Josh Lokenvitz. And move Dedman up into the 14th position. William Griffith right there off the back bumper of Josh Oswald. Griff's going to take a look down to the inside, down into turn number 3. But just not close enough to make that move as Chris McLean has Garrett Kinder right there on the back bumper. Kinder looks like he's trying to make a move back around the 5. Kinder's found a little bit of speed here in this part of the run. I don't know how much McLean burnt up those tires trying to get himself back up towards the front. And Daniel Cunningham sitting back there in 5th as well. Here comes Kinder down to the bottom of the track. He's got position on McLean. McLean's going to have a little better run off the corner. Even though he's a little loose right there, we got just 30 laps to go here at Dover. And we've got a great battle heating up for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Now Daniel Cunningham catch up to the back bumper of Garrett Kinder. Looks like Kinder is going to try to regroup to try to run back down the 5 of McLean. Couple battles back here. We see Jason Warren going around Tyler Rice. We see William Griffith to the inside of Josh Oswald. And Aaron Adcock on those fresh tires making his way through the field as well. Now he's going to look down to the inside of Griffin. The caution is out. Ooh, looks like Mike Veith. And I believe that was Josh Lokenvitz involved as well. That's going to bring up another Wreckage Rewind as we see. Well, it looks like Mike Veith might have had another issue here. Bouncing off the wall. Just came off the wall a little bit. Thought he was going to catch that wall a little bit. And right down to the side of Josh Lokenvitz. And those two go sliding across the track. And as I mentioned, here comes the entire field down onto pit road. Mickey Isaac says, let's go Team Dark Horse. We've already seen one driver mess up his race by speeding on pit road. That's Chris McLean. Let's see if everybody's able to get on and off of pit road without troubles this time. See the entire field down on pit road. Is Eddie Smith going to be able to get off of pit road first? And he will win the race off pit road. Chris McLean comes out in second with that first pit stall, putting Zach Wedstein back in third. Aaron Johnson looks like he stayed out just to get a lap led. Right side's only gamble, Ratchet Miller says. Looks like only one driver did that. That is the 12 of William Griffith. Everybody else had a normal pit stop time except for Griff, showing me that he just took 2 tires. As they come across the stripe here, we'll be able to take a look at the pit strategy. I take that back. I will not be able to look at the pit strategy because, oh yes, I will. Couldn't find the box. There it is. So you see your pit stop times. Oh, that was the lap before. I think they'll have to come around one last time, although I do think we're going to be getting ready to go back green flag racing in a moment. See if we can try this again. Pit stop time. Yeah, it's just showing the previous pit stop time. But yeah, William Griffith with a 9.63 second pit stop. Tell me he took right sides only. Watch this 12 truck on this restart. It could be wild for him having the only right sides. Watch for some tire spin. So Eddie Smith, Chris McLean up on row number 1. Zach Wedstein, Garrett Kinder back in row number 2. William Griffith and Daniel Cunningham back in row number 3. Griff on those 2 tires. Pace car pulls on the pit road. Eddie Smith leads them down to the Geico restart zone. Green flag is back in the air. And oh! McLean goes around in front of the field. No caution. Take a look at the replay of this restart. We see McLean up on the high side. Looks like he may have spun his tires a little bit. Yeah, there it is. Able to keep it rolling forward, though, but how much damage is to the front of that 13 of Garrett Kinder? He's currently running in the 3rd position. A little further back, William Griffith runs back in 4th. Right now, those 2 tires working for him, but I know from experience that truck is awfully loose as the caution is now out. And Chris McLean having some more issues. That's going to bring up another Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. We take a look to see what happened to the driver of the 5 machine. Oh, it actually happened in front of him. It was a 6 of Tyler Rice. So let's try this again. Looks like Tyler Rice just got loose off of the corner right in front of Chris Heiner. Heiner's able to avoid. Rice is going to hit that inside retaining wall hard. Shoots him back across the track. Makes contact with the 5 of McLean. You see Spencer Gay come into there piling in as well. And looks like it's going to end Chris McLean's night. Was a close call for Garrett Kinder. Looks like Garrett Kinder's, though, his front end looks all right. We'll be able to take a look here off the back bumper of Zach Wetstein. We see a little bit of damage to that right front valance right there in front of the tire. Doesn't look like too much damage to that 13 machine, so he should be able to continue on without issue. We see a little bit of front hood damage as well. Does not look like enough damage to warrant coming down on the pit road or anything like that, so not going to take him out of contention. But how about William Griffith? Griff up into the 4th position using that 2-tire gamble and currently paying off as we have under 20 laps to go. Quite a few Reaper Racing boys right up here at the front. Ratchet Miller says Garrett Kinder is a wheelman. We'll see here in these last 20 laps what Garrett Kinder can do with those tires. And see if make sure that damage doesn't affect him too much. But lights are off on the pace car. We're re-racked, restacked, getting ready to refire Eddie Smith to the inside. Zach Wetstein to the outside. Here we go as the pace car makes its way into turn number 3. It's going to take that hard left-hand turn on the pit road. Coming down to the Geico restart zone. Green flags back in the air for Eddie Smith. Another great jump as Zach Wedstein and Garrett Kinder battle for that second position. Kinder's going to have to slide in behind Wedstein. Cody Bohm's going to jump up into the fourth position. And William Griffith struggling on the high side with those two tires as Jason Warren able to slide around as well. And here comes Josh Oswald and Daniel Cunningham. So what worked out early for Griff doesn't look like it's working out as well as Cody Bohm now taking a look to the inside of Garrett Kinder. Kinder, though, fighting back hard on the high side. A couple teammates going at it as Kinder's going to retake that third position going into turn number 3. Yellow flag is back in the air, and oh no, it's the 12 of William Griffith, who had such a good restart the first time on those two tires, was falling back on that second restart. We're going to see what happened to bring this one out. See Aaron Adcock to the inside as they make their way off of turn number 2. And, a little contact between Aaron Adcock and William Griffith. Aaron just kind of pushed up the track a little bit into the side of that 12. Griff goes for a spin into the outside retaining wall. Fortunately, everybody else is able to avoid him. That's going to give Eddie Smith another opportunity for another restart. James Batzer says, good morning. Good morning, James. Good to see you. Not sure where you're at, where it's good morning, but it's good to have you here tonight on Intensity Broadcasting for the Holl Sheet Metal Rebels Truck Series. Ah, gotcha. You're just joking around. Hey, I don't blame you. We got followers all over the world. It might have been morning. I know a couple of my people I know, including my buddy John Goke, who is in the Air Force, currently deployed overseas. Tunes in every once in a while, so not sure where he is. I know he's not in the most cool of environments. I know he's in the desert somewhere. Which desert it is, not really sure, but could be morning where he was at. So I never judge when someone says something like good morning when it's 11 o'clock at night where I'm at. So when we refire, we'll have right around 10 laps to go. As the field starts to re-rack and restack off of turn number 4. Kevin Kinder says, you mean he's in Oklahoma heat? You know, up here in Massachusetts, we've had quite the hot, humid, and hazy weather conditions as well. Last week, I know it made it up to 98 degrees with 96% humidity. And we actually had a tornado watch in our area, which I know for you guys in Oklahoma isn't a big deal. I mean, it is a big deal, but it's a normal thing. A tornado watch in Oklahoma is like a snowstorm in Massachusetts. We just deal with them. They happen. But I'm not cut out. I'm a short, fat guy. I'm not cut out for the summer here. I know this week we're going to have another 100-degree day. And, yeah. Not looking forward to that at all. That's why my grass hasn't been cut in a week. And it's going to stay that way right now as the chase car makes his way on to pit road. Green flag is in the air. We're back racing. Garrett Kinder, great restart this time. He's able to get around Zach Wetstein, and he's trying to put the pressure on Eddie Smith here as they make their way off of turn number 2. When they cross the line this time, we'll have just 10 laps to go. Kinder right there on the back bumper of Eddie Smith, and he's not giving up. They make their way down into turn number 1. Eddie, though, able to get right back to the gas. Zach Wetstein sits back in third. A little further back, Aaron Adcock looking up to the high side of Josh Oswald. Now he's going to look down to the low side of Oswald as Zach Wetstein dives it down into the corner, tries to take over that second spot from Garrett Kinder. They are still battling side by side. And Kinder is going to take over. I'm sorry, Zach Wetstein is going to take over that second position. It looks like Kinder might give Zach a little bump there, saying good job for getting around me. Chris Heiner looking down to the inside of Josh Oswald now. As Aaron Adcock's going to look down to the inside of Jason Lotridge. So Aaron Adcock and Josh Oswald making some moves here late in the run. Cody Bohm has now gotten around Garrett Kinder as well. So Garrett Kinder, that front end damage looks like it is slowing him down just a little bit, as Cody Bohm's now moved up into the third position. And when we cross the line next time by, we'll have just 5 laps to go. Still battles back here. Christian Dedman trying to work around the one of Christopher Heiner to move another Rebels driver up into the top 10. And almost 3 wide racing. Kleeman and Aaron Johnson right behind as well. William Griffith coming back into the mix after that damage, getting 4 fresh tires on that machine. Oh, I did say Jason Warren was Jason Lotridge. Oops. It happens. Josh Oswald under attack from Christopher Heiner as well. We have just 4 laps of racing to go. Eddie Smith with a second lead over Zach Wetstein, and Garrett Kinder trying to take that. Oh, we got a caution out on the track as Garrett Kinder gets back onto that podium spot. And Jacob Bohm around again on the backstretch. Looks like he just having some connection issues. That's going to bring up another Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. We can see what happened. It looks like, ooh. So it looks like Jacob Bohm was having some connection issues there. And Tracy Parsons and him made some contact. Let's see if we can take a look from Tracy's point of view here of exactly what he saw. Yeah, we see that truck blinking in and out and comes right back into the server inside of the 53. So tough break for those drivers involved. Let's get back to this chat because James Batzer says you couldn't handle my Syracuse winters. No, I could not. I know all about the lake effect snow. Been out to Syracuse a couple times. I love going out there. It's a beautiful area. But no, I'll pass on those winters for sure. Ratchet Miller says tornadoes are just spectator sports here. Kevin Kinder agrees. Get the lawn chairs in the beer. Listen, I love weather. It's a fascinating thing to me. I have never seen a tornado in person. I'm glad I live in the Northeast because if I saw tornadoes, I'd probably be one of the first people out there in a truck chasing them down because that's just the kind of person I am. I know a lot of people who are storm chasers. I love the idea of it. And yeah. So up here in the Northeast, we get one tornado every 20 years or so. So I would love to see the incredible, awesome power of Mother Nature first person. And yes, Kolb just reminded me, I just said Jason Warren was Jason Lottridge. I mean, it happens when you're in the heat of the moment. He's going to be offended. Meh. I mean, if that offends him, I mean, I can see why, but it is what it is. And Ratchet Miller telling Colbert tough luck. And yeah, he had some major tough luck right from the get-go of the race. Unfortunately for him, catching the wall early. If you're just tuning in, Colbert caught the wall early, set him sliding backwards a little bit. Was able to get the damage fixed with a reset. And then incident happened right in front of him. Brandon Wallace hit the wall right in front of him, and Colbert had nowhere to go and made contact with the 99 machine and ended his day early. So unfortunately for Jonah Colbert having the issues that he had today. But we got ourselves a green-white checker finish with Eddie Smith down on the low side, Zach Wetstein up on the high side. Yeah, reading SDK, controlling the cameras, watching chat, watching the race. Yeah, definitely mistakes happen, especially when you've got, I don't know what kind of setup you have there, James, but I've got 4 screens of information that I'm looking at all times. So as a one-man show, it happens. What are you going to do about it? So here we go. Eddie Smith on the low side. Zach Wetstein on the high side. Garrett Kinder and Cody Boehm, a couple Reaper teammates in row number 2. Daniel Cunningham, Aaron Adcock back in row number 3. Jason Warren and Josh Oswald in row 4. And Christian Dedman and Chris Heiner back in row 5. Pace car on pit road. Eddie Smith down to the Geico restart zone. Green flag is back in the air, and a little tire spin out of a couple drivers. Eddie Smith had a little tire spin. Garrett Kinder having a little tire spin. That allows Cody Boehm to move around to the outside of Kinder. Zach Wetstein tried to make a move on Eddie Smith, but just was not able to do it. Now they go down into turn number 3. Wetstein is there. He's going to pound it in hard. Into turn number 3, some contact between Eddie and Wetstein. And oh, Kinder turns Wetstein at the stripe. White flag is in the air. Garrett Kinder is going to fall all the way back to 5th. Cody Boehm up into the 2nd place. Daniel Cunningham back in 3rd. Here comes Jason Warren trying to make a move here as Eddie Smith way out front in the lead as the checkered flag is in the air. Eddie Smith is going to win it here at Dover. Cody Boehm going to come home in 2nd. Daniel Cunningham in 3rd. Jason Warren and Aaron Adcock round out your top 5. Garrett Kinder going to fall back to 6th. Josh Oswald in 7th. Chris Heiner, Aaron Johnson, and Christian Dedman your top 10 as Eddie Smith Doesn't even celebrate, just pulls off to the bottom of the screen, and there goes the Rebels Demolition Derby underway. We'll take a look at our results. Eddie Smith again with the win. Cody Bohm second. Daniel Cunningham third. Jason Warren, Aaron Adcock round out your top 5. Garrett Kinder back in 6th. Josh Oswald, Chris Heiner, Aaron Johnson, Christian Dedman round out your top 10. Matt Kleeman comes home in 11th. William Griffith in 12th. Charles Stevens Jr. in 13th position. Jason Lottridge 14th. Tracy Passions up into 15th. Josh Lokovich comes home 16th. Alex Veith in 17th. Zach Wetstein 18th. Charlie Elmore 19th. And 20th is Tyler Rice. 21st, Jacob Bohm. 22nd, Spencer Gay. Chris McLean in 23rd. Mike Veith in 24th. Brandon Wallace back in 25th. Jonah Colbert comes home 26th. Nick Schaefer 27th. And Kyle Roberts rounds out the field back in the 28th position. As we get ready to talk to our top 3. Starting with our 3rd place finisher, Daniel Cunningham. Daniel, got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Man, let me turn up you on my side over here. Man, what a wild finish right there in front of you. I know you kind of had a front row seat for everything that was going on right there. Walk us through that last lap and what you saw going on in front of you.
Yeah, I think there was a lot more reacting going on than thinking was what was going on in front of me. I saw Eddie and Zach were racing pretty hard for the lead. Saw a bunch of tire smoke, and I think I got a good view of the door of the 4 truck going through there. So, I mean, that close to the end, just got to kind of keep your foot in it and hope for the best at that point. So I know most of the time at Dover, whenever they start to wreck and spin, they usually tend to go down towards the inside of the track, so I figured just stay high, and luckily Kinder didn't drift up any farther. So definitely a wild moment and wild end. So glad we were able to get through it.
Yeah, that last restart, we saw a couple drivers also spin the tires on that restart. How was the tire wear overall tonight? I know it looked like the truck slowed down quite a bit. They were pushing a bit. Was the tire wear a major concern, and were the tires spin the concern there on that last restart?
As far as like balance on the truck, it actually felt pretty much the same for me throughout the run, but short runs really aren't my strong point here. So like when we had the longer green flag runs at the beginning, was really just trying to keep the tires in check and try to let them come back to me. As far as with the restarts, the way that the trucks are geared and with the power they have, you're kind of in between first and second what you want to do. They lag down so bad when you're in second, you just don't get a good launch. But in first, you've really got to be patient with the throttle and kind of short shift it a little bit to not have that tire spin. So it's definitely a risk versus reward kind of thing. And if you hit it right, you look like a hero. But if you mess it up, you look like the GOAT instead.
For sure. Well, congratulations on the top 3 finish here tonight, finishing 3rd. Before we let you go, anyone thank anyone you shout out here tonight?
Yeah, appreciate you putting on the broadcast as always, and all the other admins in the league that help put everything together. I know we got a lot of good sponsors too that we have to help us put on the broadcast. Definitely cool to finally get my first podium finish in the truck series. I broke my string of 4th place finishes for the first 3 weeks, so hopefully next week we can get a couple better.
There you go, just 2 more spots that you can improve on. So hopefully, as the season goes on, good luck to that, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That was your 3rd place finisher, Daniel Cunningham. Let's talk to your 2nd place finisher, Cody Bohm. Cody, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir. How's it going?
Man, it's going well. You got a front row seat as well to that little scuffle there at the end to get yourself up onto the podium here tonight. Great racing with your teammate, Garrett Kinder, too. Talk us through those last couple laps there, racing with your teammate and the whatever broke out in front of you there.
Yeah, I mean, it was just hard racing. It looked like me and Kinder, we always race each other real clean, and we were gonna duke it out there. I think we would have had a side-by-side finish, but he got caught up behind Zach there. Just looked like Zach and Eddie just got together a little bit. Just hard racing at the end of the race, But luckily we didn't all completely wreck, but it sucks that it happened for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And the first race tonight in the Outlaw race, it went caution-free. This one had a lot of cautions, and it really didn't play out for anybody's strategy. But were you kind of hoping this one was stretched out a little bit longer, or are you glad you got the cautions that you got when you got them?
I mean, yes and no, because I'm not very good at saving tire. I'll be completely honest with you. So anytime we'd get a caution and I could just, come in and get tires and just drive the wheels off of it, I was kind of a fan of that. A couple restarts, I just gained a lot of positions just on restarts there and just dodging wrecks. But second place, I'll take that any day of the week.
For sure. And even Kevin Kinder gave you the shout out on the YouTube here tonight as well. So
hell yeah, Kevin's awesome.
There you have it, Kevin. Getting the shout out right back. And Cody, before we let you go, and you want to shout out anyone else you want to shout out, or anyone you want to thank here tonight?
Yeah, I just want to shout out Reaper Racing, and they let me come on their team this year, and that's awesome. We're having a lot of fun. It's a great group of guys, and everybody at Original Rebels for doing the league, and you for broadcasting them. It's really great to be able to rewatch the races.
Awesome, man. Well, again, I appreciate the kind words. Good luck on the rest of the season. I'm sure we'll talk to you again soon.
Man, I hope so. Have a good one.
Have a great night. So there's your second place finisher, Cody Bohm. Let's bring in your winner here tonight, Eddie Smith. Eddie, you got Josh up in the booth. You got me?
Hey, Josh.
This is becoming a all too familiar occurrence here in the booth, but great win again tonight here at Dover. I know it's a slick track. It looked kind of tough out there for the most part. It looked like the trucks were getting real loose out there and a handful. But you put on the clinic here tonight. How was the racing overall? I know you had some great runs there with Chris McLean, and the truck looked to be sliding around quite a bit for you there.
Yeah, surprisingly hard to pass. McLean was super fast, which I expected. I was able to get to second and stay with him, but Dirty Air maybe run my truck a little bit too hard there at that initial start. Yeah, I don't know. It was actually really tough to pass. I didn't really get to make too many passes that I remember, unless it was on a restart, which seemed to be a good time to try to make some moves. But yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed trying to follow Chris. I knew he was going to be hard to beat, and then he unfortunately had a speeding penalty and then spun his tires. I hate that. Was looking forward to trying to race it out there at the end. But yeah, I want to apologize a little bit to Zach. He said it was his fault. But I didn't give him enough room. I pinched him down a little bit too hard there. I know it was sort of the last lap, but I just want to at least say sorry publicly for that. I should have given him another half a lane up. So anyway, I hate that contact happened. I don't really like making contact even for the win. I think we could have raced it out and not had that happen. So sorry to him. But yeah, outside of that, pretty fun race.
Yeah, and you kind of expected that to happen, especially whenever you have a green-white checker there at the end. And I mean, that's kind of the big deal, is that green-white checker kind of setting things up. A lot of cautions here tonight. Were you expecting that many cautions here tonight, and did they kind of favor you, or were you looking for it to go long green run, because I know you like to save tires?
Man, I don't know. I like them both. They're fine. It's fun to get out there and race, your guts out for a few laps, not have to worry about tires. Sometimes that's kind of freeing, where you can go out there and just hammer down and race somebody really hard. So yeah, I love Dover enough where I don't care how the race goes. So as much as I love the track, if it can go 1,000 different ways, and I'm good with it. Just because, like Iowa last week, I could not fire off out of the gate, so I wanted it to go long. But yeah, Dover, I really enjoy this track. This combination's really fun too. So I was happy with it. I don't know if I expected any cautions or not. I don't know, but it was still, I thought, pretty good race.
You ever run the Pro 2s here? Because they're a lot of fun here too.
I haven't, but I don't know about that.
Trust me, it's one of our fun runs that we do almost every week. But man, congrats on the win. Before we let you go, anyone you want to thank, any shots you got to give here?
Yeah, I want to thank Griff for putting it on, all the admins that put in a lot of work to make all this stuff happen behind the scenes. They definitely do. They get a lot of shit, but they don't get a whole lot of credit. So I want to shout them out, man. They do a lot of stuff, things on their own time, and they don't get paid for it. So the racing stuff every week is really, really fun, really good. But yeah, I want to thank them, all my teammates over at JC Motorsports, and you for broadcasting. You put on a great show, man.
All right, man. Well, I do appreciate that. As always, again, congratulations. We know you're locked into the playoffs, and just long season for you to go and continue your winning ways.
Yes, sir.
Have a great night.
Bye.
That was your winner tonight, Eddie Smith, as he dominates here for the most part at Dover Speedway. Of course, one of his favorite tracks. So, as always, thank you for joining us here tonight on Intensity Broadcasting. If you haven't already, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. Check us out whenever we have racing. Hit that little notification bell so you know whenever we're live. And as always, again, congratulations to Eddie Smith, and as our boy Atlee Atman Weiss would say, over and out.